Welcome to my life. I'm vlogging. Let's get Instagram in on the party. I'm going to say it again. Hey, Maximizers. Welcome to my life. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help business owners use YouTube to create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. I have been creating content on YouTube since 2018. Literally, this year, this August, will make 8 years that I have been creating in 8 years that I've had a business. And I'm just flabbergasted that it's been like, I can't fathom that I've been doing this for 8 freaking years. I started off teaching women how to coupon and how to budget and how to meal plan and basically how to strategically shop to get the things that they want, like, and need without paying full price. To date, I've been couponing for 18 years. I started couponing when I was 18 years old. I had a stockpile throughout college. People made fun of me, but I never ran out of anything. Okay. So when I started my YouTube channel, I just wanted to teach women how to coupon. I had posted my hauls on like Instagram and Facebook, and people would always say, teach me, teach me, teach me. And I knew that I always wanted a business. So I started my YouTube channel. And I started teaching women how to coupon, and it was going really well. And then in 2020, when the pandemic happened, my clients were like, hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start YouTube channels? Can you teach us how to start side hustles? Can you teach us how to start businesses? Because we want to make more money. We saved a lot of money. Now we need a way to make money. And I was like, okay. And my business coach at the time was like, hey, Crystal, you're one of my star students. Can you come and coach my people? And I was like, okay. So I like to say that in 2020, I accidentally became a business coach. It wasn't my goal. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't my focus to become a business coach. It just came to me out of a need to like service my clients that were already paying me, and a need for me to help my business coach who said I was a star student. Like, I implemented everything. She wanted me to tell others how I did that. Okay, cool. So for 3 years, I did both. Forward facing, I was your couponing girl, and I was going on the news 30 times, and I was posting hauls. I was at CVS, I was at Walgreens, I was at Target before we canceled them. I hate when lotion gets stuck because I hadn't used it in a while. So I was doing all the things, couponing, right? And then behind the scenes, I ran my very first business coaching program. It was called YouTube Channel on a Budget. Then I ran Side Hustle on a Budget. Then I created a coaching program called the Money Makers Academy. I did a whole host of workshops, boot camps, live series. I even ran a Side Hustle Society coaching program. I was signing one-on-one clients for business. I was doing both. And then in 2023, my life fell apart. I was struggling with doing both. There were some changes with my daughter, good changes with my daughter. And then I broke off an engagement. Okay. I pretty much knew that whole year I was going to end that relationship. But just like I was struggling in business, I was struggling in life. So like everything completely fell apart. But I made the tough decision of like, I need to pick one of these businesses because trying to do both in my current state was too much. It was too overwhelming. And I did not feel like I was talking to one clear audience. So I said, nothing bad happens when women make more money. I want to be a business coach. I want to help women take the idea from their brain and turn it into a profitable business that they love. And I struggled with that decision. I had so much imposter syndrome of like, who do I think I am? Like, I'm the couponing girl. Like, why would I change industries? Like, why do I think I'm qualified to do this? Who do I think I am? I've only had a business for 5 years. Is 5 years enough time to like really help other people with their business? Like, what's wrong with you? I struggled so hard. Okay. But I finally landed on the fact that like my clients got results. My clients were doing well. And I can pretty much do anything that I put my mind to. And I had the experience. I had 5 years of business experience. At that point, I had almost 4 years of business coaching experience. I had 5 years of coaching experience in general. And I was like, I can do this. So I decided to start a second YouTube channel in 2023. So I started my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris, because I wanted a brand new audience of business owners, brand new audience of people who wanted to start and grow their businesses using social media. And I didn't want to keep pulling from my couponing audience. So I started my new YouTube channel. And I was a little bit lost as a business coach because for pretty much all of 2024, I was depressed over the loss of that relationship. My life drastically changed at the end of 2023. So I was depressed for all of 2024. I was processing. If you've ever ended like a long-term relationship or gotten a divorce or anything like that, you realize that you grieve the loss of what you thought you were going to have, right? The life that you thought you were going to have with this person. And this is like the second time in my life that I've gone through that type of grief. And it was really hard and it was really, really, really heavy. So in my business, I was just throwing spaghetti at the wall and it was sliding down. Nothing was sticking. I signed a handful of clients in 2024, but it was like nothing that I envisioned for what my 2024 to be, because energetically, like I just couldn't be there. But one thing that I learned in 2024 is that I need to figure out like what my secret sauce was and what made me stand out. And I promise the story has a point. What makes me a different business coach than all the other 50,000 business coaches that are out there? So I looked at myself and I said, what have I done really well? And what have I helped my clients do really well? And the answer to that question is content. I was a content machine. I've posted over 2,000 videos across my 2 YouTube channels, and not including shorts. I'm talking about long form YouTube videos, over 10 minutes long. I've posted almost 2,000. I've gone live over 1,000 times, free and paid. Over 1,000 times I've gone live. From that content, I've been able to make over $400,000 in the past. We'll say I started making money in January of 2019. So that'll be about 7 years. In 7 years, I've made over $400,000. For me, that's a lot of money to make in my own business, doing my own thing. Mostly from 99% of that money came from content, brand deals, my coaching programs, affiliate deals. All of that money came because I was posting videos on social media. I was creating content on social media. If I don't post, I don't get clients. If I don't post, I don't get brand deals. If I don't post, I don't get affiliate deals. Does this make sense? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. So as a result, I'm like, I do content really well in my business. And then when I look at my client results, I help 99% of all of my clients, I help them with content. 99% of people who come with me, either I help them start their content from scratch. I help them start on a new platform. I help them make a pivot, or I help them improve the current platform that they're on. So content is my jam. I said, okay, I'm going to be a content coach. And that's what I worked on through the end of 2024 going into 2025. But then in 2025, I said, I need to get even more specific. And I had been running away from the idea of focusing 100% on YouTube as my platform that I coach others on. Now, for me, YouTube is my main platform. That's the only platform that I plan for, although I have the other ones. But YouTube is my main platform. And I said, you know what? I think going into 2026, I need to focus on helping business owners with YouTube. Yes, I'll help you with TikTok. Yeah, I'll help you with Instagram. Yes, I will help you with Facebook. But my main squeeze, the thing that I do really, really well, is YouTube. So now I am a content coach for business owners who want to use YouTube as their main marketing platform. And that feels the most aligned for me than I've ever felt in my business. Okay. So as a result of that, I created a brand new coaching program called the Content Cash Out Membership. And that is for business owners who are ready to get really serious about YouTube and really serious about their content in 2026. And they want to make an additional $1,000 per month in their business from their marketing content. So I'd love for you to put some money signs in the chat if you want to make an extra $1,000 a month in your business from just posting on social media, from a social media strategy that's going to work with you. Put some money signs in the chat if you want to make some extra money in your business from your marketing. If you want to make consistent money in your business from your marketing, because it's possible. It doesn't happen overnight. And it's more than just posting a video. You have to have a full customer strategy, customer journey, client journey in order for you to make those sales. But it's absolutely possible. So drop some money signs in the chat if you're like, yeah, Crystal, that's me. I'm trying to make money from my social media for my business in 2026. It does take time. It takes energy. It takes effort, but it doesn't have to be hard. And the way I teach my clients a consistency method is to plan and post your content for a month at a time. But tonight, I want to talk to you about my favorite way to sell. And it's basically what I'm doing right now. Tonight, I want to talk about how you can go live on YouTube and make sales in your business. Now, the tips that I'm going to share with you work for any platform. So if Instagram's your platform, Facebook's your platform, TikTok's your platform, LinkedIn is your platform, any platform where you can go live, this strategy can work for you. I'm specifically talking about YouTube because YouTube is my jam. But any platform that you can go live and serve an audience, these strategies will work for you. But I'd love to know who's here. So let me know down in the comments, where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And what do you sell in your business? What's your product? What's your service? What problem do you solve? I'd love to know who's here. So where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And then tell us in the comments, what do you sell in your business? What do you sell in your business? I'd love to know. Let us know down in the comments. Get a sip of my Powerade so I can power up. And I'm gonna give you all these tips. Now, these are a lot of tips. This is a lot of steps I'm about to give you. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed. But if you're someone who's going into 2026 and you're like, I want to make more sales in my business, I have a product or service and I want to make sales in my business, this is a great framework to follow. This video replay will be up on my YouTube channel. So if you need to go back to it and watch it over and over again, definitely do that. But if you want to make sales in your business, I highly suggest you go live. Going live is how I've made a lot of sales in my business. It's how I made the most sales in my business, to be honest. Going live allows you to build a deep connection with your audience. It allows your audience to get feedback in real time. It allows your audience to see the most authentic version of you, because there's no filters, there's no editing. It's just me and you chatting it up right now. Like, I'm ranting, I'm rambling, I'm yapping in a good way. And this builds the know, like, and trust factor. Now, in order for someone to buy from you, they need to know you, like you, and trust you. And the best way to get that done is to build a connection with them. And I find that going live helps me build that connection. So we're going to talk about how to go live and make sales. Okay. Again, these tips can work for any platform. I am talking about YouTube, but if you can go live on a platform, these strategies will work for you. So again, let me know in the comments where you're watching from, what city, what state, what country are you watching from, and what do you sell in your business? Let us know what you sell in your business. We'd love to know. Okay, so the first thing I want you to think about is that we're going to cut this into two sections. The first half is actually preparing for the live. The second half is actually while you're on the live. So first step, preparing for the live. Second step is while you're on the live. Now, when you're going live and your goal is to make sales, you can't just pop up live randomly and pray for the best. That's not going to work well for your nervous system. That's not going to work well for your sales. It's probably not going to turn out in your favor. You want to make sure you prepare well for this live. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do, hear me well. When you are deciding to go live and make sales, unless you have like a clothing boutique, I suggest you choose one product, one offer, one service that you are going to sell on that live. One. I'm going to give you an example. I right now am selling my content cash out membership. When I ask you or tell you about something that I'm going to sell, I'm only selling my membership. I'm not going to get on here and say, you can get a strategy session. You can buy a one-on-one call. You can get in my content cash out membership. I'm not going to list all of my offers that I have available and say, hey, you can go to KristenMaximizer.com and buy it. That's overwhelming. Okay. Even if you have a clothing boutique, you don't want to get on the live and say, I have a whole boutique at KristenMaximizer.com. Go buy something. No. What you want to do is you want to choose one offer, one product to focus on. Now, let's just say you have a physical product. If you have a service like me, you sell one-on-one, you sell group, you sell VIP days, sell one. You have an ebook, you have a course, one. We're not selling a whole freaking bundle. Hold on. We're not selling a whole bundle. My Facebook's acting up. Hold on. Hold on, guys. My Facebook's acting up. I don't know why Facebook wants to do this. It may not work because it's like acting. Okay. We're not selling a whole freaking bundle. we are going to sell one thing. Now, if you're selling something like lip gloss and you have 3 colors, do 3 colors of lip gloss, but don't get on live trying to talk about your lip gloss, your eyeshadow, your foundation. That's too much. One product group, and you can get like 2 to 3 flavors. Does this make sense? Yes or no? So what I want you to do is I want you to get one product that you are going to feature. That is going to be your feature product. Now, I had a client once a few years ago. She had a clothing boutique. Now, it would be boring if she got up there and only talked about one shirt. So I told her, I said, put together a collection of 8 to 10 pieces and only talk about those 8 to 10 pieces. So maybe you have a pair of pants in a couple of different colors. Maybe you have a shirt in 1 or 2 different styles. And then maybe you're going to style that with a necklace and she had a little purse. But I said, don't get up there and try to sell a whole rack of clothes. Pick 8 to 10 pieces that you can talk about throughout your live. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on Instagram and TikTok if this makes sense to you. So you're going to pick one product, one offer, one service that you are going to feature on your live. If you don't remember anything from me, this is what I want you to remember. When you are live selling, you do not say bye. Crystal, no. When you are live selling, you do not say bye. You will not get on here and you're not going to hear me say, buy my content membership, join my content membership. You need to get inside of it. You should join it. Support a Black business. Join my membership. Get in right now. Cringe. Go buy my lip gloss right now. Cringe. Do not do that. This live is about educating and connecting with your audience. Selling your product or service is the icing on the cake because sales is service. So when I offer you the opportunity to join me in the Content Cash Out membership, I'm serving you by helping you solve a problem, which is going to be my next tip in a second. Okay. You're serving your audience by offering them a solution to their problem with your product. Okay. So my next tip for you is very important. I need you to choose a live topic that's educational and informational that will lead to your product being the solution to their problem. Again, choose a live topic that is educational and informational, but leads to your product, your offer, your service being a solution to your ideal client's problem. What do I mean by that? So tonight I'm doing a live on how to sell on YouTube. That is what I'm educating you on. That is what I'm giving you information on. What I'm selling to you is my Content Cash Out membership, where I am going to teach you how to create your content, batch your content for 30 days at a time. Why is that important? Because when you plan your content for 30 days at a time, you're always consistent. You're going to be able to post every single week, building your audience, nurturing your audience, and then I'm going to teach you how to sell to your audience. So once you do that consistently, month over month, you are going to start making sales consistently, month over month. Does this make sense? Yes or no? So I'm teaching you about going live and making sales on YouTube. Then I'm going to offer you the opportunity to join me in my Content Cash Out membership to solve your problem of creating consistent content and making sales on social media. You see that? You see the connection? So if I was selling lip gloss, right, I could do an educational topic on why your lips need to stay moisturized and how that builds your confidence as a woman. So I'm going to talk about how wearing makeup, even a small amount of it, builds up your confidence, and why wearing lip gloss can help take you to the next level. Not only is it going to moisturize your lips, but it's going to give you that confidence to walk into any room, to go into any place with your head held high. It's just something about when you got a little makeup on, your hair's done, you look good, you smell good, your confidence takes it up a notch. But if I'm trying to sell you my lip gloss, I want to talk to you about why your lips need to be moisturized and how this is going to help you with your confidence. Okay, you see that? So choose a live topic that is going to lead your ideal client to want their my brain is going faster than the words can come out. Choose a live topic that's going to lead your ideal client to solve their problem with your offer as the solution. That's how we do that. Okay. So once you choose your live topic and secret, I've done a live and I have videos on how to come up with topics. If you've already made a video about it, if you're already gone live about it, it's a great topic to make. Okay. Do that same topic again. It does not have to be hard. Keep it very simple. Don't rack your brain. How can you educate and inform your audience and then offer your product or service as a solution to their problem? Okay. The next thing, all of these are important, but this is important. Okay. Remember when I said you are not going to get on here and say, buy my lip gloss, buy my ebook, buy my content cash out membership? I'm not going to say that. The reason why you're not going to say that is because you're going to focus on the problem that your product solves. So if you got notes out right now and you've been listening to me, I want you to write down, what problem does your product solve? What problem does your product solve? If you want to share in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. What problem does your product solve? My product solves the problem of you being inconsistent with your content and you not making sales consistently. So when you join my content cash out membership, I'm going to teach you how to plan your content for a month at a time so that you're always consistent. And when you're consistent, you're going to get sales because you're going to have a strategy in place. You're going to have clear calls to action. You're going to bring your audience to your email list. You're going to have clear emails where you share your offer in your emails, and there's going to be a link for them to buy from you in your emails. You're going to have a full strategy. Okay. You're going to have a follow-up strategy with ideal clients who raised their hand and said they were interested. Does this make sense? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense, okay? If you're enjoying the content on TikTok, please tap the screen. It really helps TikTok to push my live out, okay? So if you could do that, I really appreciate it. And it also allows me to know as I'm going live that you are with me, which is also something that you're going to want to do on your live to make sure that your audience is understanding you, that your audience is on the same page, and that your message is clear. You want to give easy little prompts and things for your audience to do. Drop something in the comments, tap the screen, type yes, so that way you know that they're with you, okay? Sometimes people will do it a lot. Sometimes people will do nothing at all. But you want to practice offering these key little connection points with your audience, and then like they'll get used to it. You train your audience for how you want them to respond to you, okay? Write down what problem your product solves. This is so key because it's going to bring me down to the next point that I'm going to give you, the next tip. We're not saying buy, buy, buy. We're focusing on the why. Now, this tip may be a little stressful for some of you. You may be like, Crystal, I don't want to do this. And that's fine. But if you really want to sell authentically without feeling like a used car salesman, this is important. I want you to write down 10 whys about your offer. I'm going to explain it in a second, but I want you to write down 10 whys about your offer. Crystal, what the heck are you talking about? What I mean is, I want you to write down 10 whys about your offer that will lead your ideal client to buy. People buy because of the why. They don't buy because you say, go buy it. They buy because you tell them why. Okay. So what are some of the 10 whys? I think I have like 12 of them here. Why you created that product. People are nosy and they love a good story. Share why you created the product. Okay. I created the Content Cash Out membership simply because I wanted an affordable way for business owners to get help with their content, actual coaching. No coach out there is offering one-on-one coaching in a group setting, but they're not offering a community where you can get detailed feedback and coaching, accountability, support, workshops, trainings for $99 a month. So I created it because my audience needs it. And I have a lot to share when it comes to creating consistent content. And I wanted to create a safe container for business owners that want to do that. And there's a lot of people out there helping influencers with content and people who want to make money directly from the platform. And that's cool. But where are the people that are helping business owners specifically, and small business owners, people that are just starting, people that are making around 1,000 or so a month, or maybe you haven't even hit 1,000 per month, and you're posting and posting and posting and things aren't happening, or you're really, really inconsistent, and maybe you're running ads and nothing is working, right? That's why I created the Content Cash Out membership. I wanted a really healthy group, and I love memberships. My couponing membership that I had for 5 years was so helpful. I helped hundreds of women save tens of thousands of dollars. And now in my Content Cash Out membership, I want to help my business owners, I want to help my clients make $1 million. So my goal is collectively for us to make $1 million from creating consistent content that converts into consistent sales. Do you see why I created the offer? So why did you create your offer? What's the story behind it? Why did you decide to sell that product? What's the story behind it? I want you to put down why they need it. Why is this a solution to their problem? Why solve their problem? Why do they even want it? Okay, some things people need desperately, and some things people want because it's a good thing for them to have. Why does it give them more of what they want? Okay, you want to be consistent on social media, you want to make sales. End of story. If you make more sales, you have more money. When you have more money, you have more options, you have more opportunity, you have more access. That's why you want to be in the Content Cash Out membership, because you can be more consistent. When you bring more consistent, you make more sales. When you make more sales, you have more money. When you have more money, you have more opportunity, you have more access. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Okay. Why is this the best option for them compared to everything else out there? Why is this the best option? You are getting coaching on Zoom. I'm not giving you a whole portal telling you to just go watch the modules and I'll message you back a question. No, I teach live in this membership. Most memberships are not live taught. Most memberships are mostly pre-recorded, maybe one live call a month, but there's not memberships out there giving you 3 full live calls and bonus ones sprinkled in there every single month. I'm teaching a live workshop every single month with slides. I'm going to be doing a live Q&A hot seat where you can ask me questions, and it's just me and you working on your business. We're going to sit down live every single month and plan your content for 30 days. So when you leave that call, when you leave that workshop, you're going to be able to go and record your content for a month, okay? You're never going to be behind because you're always going to have your content planned a month at a time, okay? That's why it's the best option for you. Tell a client story about why a client that you work with, paid or not, needed your product and it solved their problem. Why is this client raving about you? Why is this client happy with the results? Okay. Why it helped them? Why it's going to help them? Why it's going to benefit their life? Okay. Why it's better than the competitors? Okay. You don't have to throw shade at anyone else to make yourself stand out, but you can clearly show the pros and the cons of your program, and more pros for yours, right? For your product and for your service. Why is this the best value and return on their investment? Okay. Why is this the best return on their investment? So I want you to go through your product, your offer, and I want you to share the 10 whys, okay? And you don't have to share all 10 of them in the live, but the reason why I want you to do this exercise when you're preparing for your live is I want you to have these lives down pat. I want you to have the whys easy to spit out, because you're not going to say bye, you're going to tell your audience why. When you think about your favorite commercials, when you think about your favorite people on TikTok that you like to buy from in TikTok Shop, you're buying because they're telling you why. You're buying because they're giving you the experience of, like, if you buy this, your life is going to be better because it fits better. It looks good on you. It's going to help you do X, Y, and Z. Okay. So giving them the reasons why this is going to solve so much for them is what's going to make them buy. People pay to solve their problems every single day. They decide how and where they want to solve their problem. Every day we got to eat. You can decide. Are you going to go grocery shopping and cook for yourself? Are you going to pay Instacart or Shipt or DoorDash to drop off your groceries so you can cook yourself? Are you going to order DoorDash or Uber Eats food that's already prepared and dropped off at your front door? Are you going to go through a drive-through? Are you going to go to a sit-down restaurant? Are you going to go and pick up carryout? There's 10 ways you can feed yourself. Are you going to go to a soup kitchen? Are you going to go to your mama's house? There's 10 different ways you can solve the problem of feeding yourself every single day. All of them cost money. You've spent money at some point. If you're eating from your house, you may not be spending money today, but you spent money at some point to have that food in your house. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense, okay? Like, people pay to solve problems every day. So you need to tell them why solving their problem with your product is the best solution for them and going to give them more of what they want, okay? Now, I said all that to say, when you are creating your live, I want you to come up with 3 to 5 core talking points. You're like, Crystal, we did all of this and it's not talking points. The whys are cool and some of them can be talking points, but those are more so like your selling points. I want you to write down 3 to 5 talking points about your live topic, because remember, we're picking a live topic that's educational and informational, right? So, what are your talking points around said topic? It's always a decision. You just have to know what's best for you. Yes, it makes sense. Perfect. Yes, it's always a decision. And you have to decide how you want to solve your problem. So, when you are offering this to your audience, you want them to see that your offer is a great solution to their problem. And here's why. And then they can make the informed decision on if they want to buy it from you. And it's fine if they don't. Not everyone's going to buy from you. And that's totally fine. But for the people it's for, it's going to hit and they're going to buy, no questions asked, because you've told them why they need it, why it's going to help them, why it's going to give them more of what they want. But I need you to write down 3 to 5 talking points for your live. Remember that informational and educational topic that we talked about? You need 3 to 5 talking points. Now, this is something that I always teach my clients to do. Along with your talking points, I want you to write down 2 to 3 questions that a potential client could ask during this live. Why is this important? Because even when you're going live, right, you want to get into the good habit of making your live engaging, is the word I want to use, of making your live reciprocal. You see how throughout this live, I'm asking you to tap the screen. I'm asking you if this makes sense. I'm asking you to type yes in the comments. I ask you to tell me where you're watching from, what your business is. I'm giving you cues to engage back with me. Now, whenever you do a live, you want to have a Q&A. And you want to have the Q&A after you pitch your offer, right? But if no one asks a question, which is very possible, I've been on lives where 10 people are watching me and no one asks a question. And I've been on lives where 2 people have been watching me and they have been flooding my comments with questions, okay? Sometimes people are going to ask questions and sometimes they're not. But you want to set up your live in a way where people are always feeling comfortable to ask questions. So even if no one asks the question, when you get to the Q&A portion, you want to have questions available. And I always say, questions I get about, the one question I get a lot is this. One question people ask me often is this. One question I get around this topic is this. And I literally will read the question that I already prepared for the live. That way, when people watch the replay, if they had that question, they can get it answered. Maybe they didn't know they had that question, but you still answered it for them. And also, when you're doing your lives, remember, you're talking live to the people who are watching you in real time, but most of my lives get much more views on the replay. So you always want to make sure that you're answering those questions. And then when people watch the replay, they can get those answers. There's so many people selling soap, for example. How do you stand out? Oh, I love this. So number 1, what makes your soap different? What's different about your soap? What's different about your techniques, about your colors, about your ingredients? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you are what makes it different. So how can you create your content in a way that's different than everyone else's? Or if you're doing something similar to everyone else's, put your secret sauce on top of it. Show us the full process of making the soap. Show us all of your mess ups when you mess up the soap. Show us when you're going out to the farmer's market. I mean, show as much as you can, but most importantly, your story is what's going to make you stand out. So what's your story for making soap, why you're making it, and all the things? Does that make sense? I'd love to help you more, but in order to help you more, I have to learn a little bit more about your business. So let me know if that helps. And if you're interested in more help, the Content Cash Out membership is for businesses like you who want to be more consistent on social media. In there, I'll get to learn a lot more about each client intimately, and I will give you specific feedback and specific ideas for your business once I know a little bit more about you and the type of content that you create and basically what you want your business to look like, because not everyone has the same feel. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Now, the next thing you want to do when it comes to preparing for your live, you actually want to schedule your live. When you're new to going live, you can't be like me and just like pop up. Now, all of my lives for the next week are scheduled because I'm doing a 10-day live series for the launch of my content cash out membership. So typically I just pop up live, but I've been doing this for 7-8 years, so I can do that. But when I first started, I didn't do that. I think for my first like year and a half, all of my lives were scheduled. Okay. All of my lives were completely scheduled. The sunflower soap creator. If you're not on my email list already, make sure you hop on my email list at KristaMaximizer.com and click on join the list. I will be sending out what am I trying to say? Join my email list because you get notified when I create new YouTube videos. And then also, I'm going to be doing a private live training to my email list only once a month, which is going to be a cool opportunity for you to potentially get coached by me every month for free, just being a part of my email list. So if you do that, that can be a good start. And then that way, if you decide that you do want to work with me further, you'll be the first to get all of the information on my email list. So there's a link in my bio for you to get on my email list, or you can just go straight to my website, KristaMaximizer.com, and click on join the list. It's totally free. And I do have a YouTube video coming out tomorrow, so that'll be fun. What I'm saying is schedule your lives. Don't do a pop-up. You want to give your audience time to put it on their calendar, get it on their schedule, and show up. I say if you're new to this, 3 to 5 days. Give your audience 3 to 5 days notice. Let them know, hey, I'm going to be going live on Saturday at 12 Central Standard Time. This is the topic, and I'm going to be live on YouTube, okay? Come and join. Remind them 2 days before, remind them the day of. Okay. If you have an email list for your business, email your list. Hey, I'm going to be live Sunday at 12 Central. I'm going to be talking about how to go live and make sales. If you want to join me, here's the link to the live because the live's scheduled. So you have the link. Okay. You want people to actually be able to come. And if you tell them about it beforehand, they're going to be able to actually come. So plan it out. Now let's talk about when it's time to actually go live. Okay. I know going live can be scary. But it's really fun. I don't want you to think about if you mess up your words. I've messed up my words probably 4 times today. I'm the kind of person where I get so excited, my brain thinks faster than the words can come out of my mouth. So I stumble over my words. Not because I'm uneducated, not because I'm slow, but because my brain is thinking so fast that my mouth can't get the words out fast enough. Like I'm so excited that I like stumble over my words. I don't care. Okay. And guess what? Your audience doesn't care. If someone is enjoying your content and you're giving out good information, they're okay with the stumble. And also, you know that I'm legitimately live right now. Like this is a live video. There's no edits. There's no cuts. You see everything that I'm doing, right? You see literally everything. Your audience will give you grace. And if you have any buttholes that don't give you grace, you just remove them from the live. Hold on, my screen time notification just popped up. And I meant to turn it off. Hopefully my Instagram doesn't act up after this. Okay. So if anyone is in the live judging you or saying something you don't like, guess what? Remove them from the live. Block them. Okay? Simple. But most people that are decent humans, I do that. Yeah, girl, it happens. They don't care about that. Okay? You are the expert in your area. So when you go live, remember that. Like you're the expert in your area. You prepared for this and you can absolutely do this. Reference your offer as you are giving your educational content. So throughout this, because I'm using my membership as an example, Throughout this, I will mention my content cash out membership. If you watch me the past month, I've been talking about my brand new membership, my brand new membership. I referenced it a million times. Typically, when you do that, someone will eventually say, well, what's this membership you keep talking about? And that's when it gives you the opportunity to give your full sales pitch. Now, when you are pitching on live, meaning you are letting your audience know that you have a product or service that can solve their problem, do it from a place of why they need it. Remember all those whys we talked about? This is the time that you bring them out. So I would say something like this. The Content Cash Out is my brand new content membership where I'm helping business owners use YouTube to create consistent content that converts into consistent sales with the goal of adding at least $1,000 a month to their revenue. I am going to help you do 3 core things basically, but mostly content and consistency. I coach live 3 times per month in this membership. This is unlike any other membership because I'm coaching live. There's no modules to watch, there's no trainings to dig into. Everything is taught live. Now, if you can't join me live, if the times don't work for you, that's totally fine. You can watch the replay. But there's 3 times a month that you can show up live and get supported. All of the lives are also on Zoom. So it's not like this. You have the opportunity to come on camera, unmute yourself, and have a conversation with me about your business. Because oftentimes it's really hard. Like, I can't coach you like this. I can give you suggestions, but having you type and me talk is not the best way to get what you need. But in my coaching programs, in my membership, you are going to have the opportunity on every single call to actually talk to me, not a support coach, me. So the first live, or not the first, but one of the lives we do every month is we're going to plan our content for a month at a time. If you've been struggling with consistency, one thing that's really going to help you is planning your content for a month at a time. Why is that important? Because it's going to allow you to always be consistent. So in January, we're planning our content for February. In February, we're planning our content for March. You're going to give yourself a whole month to plan, batch, and schedule your content. We plan it all out on a workshop together. So when you leave that workshop, you are literally ready to go and record. The second type of live we're going to do every month is a live workshop where I'm going to have slides up and I'm going to run you through a training. How to start a YouTube channel, how to make sales on social media where I can go into even more details, how to start an email list, how to grow an email list, how to create a coaching program, how to use Instagram, how to use TikTok, how to use YouTube, how to use Facebook, whatever the topic is from the month. And I will pull topics based off questions that I get in the group and also suggestions from you all. If everyone's like, hey, can you teach us on this? Absolutely, I can teach you on that. Now, I probably can't do it this month or next month, but let me plan it out and I'll get prepared because all of my content, even for the group, is planned at least like 2 months out, right? I have everything done like 2 months out. So that's the second type of training you get live in the group. And then the third one is hot seat one-on-one coaching. What that means is we will all be on Zoom together. Everyone gets a chance to raise their hand, come on with a problem, a question, something they need help with, and I'm going to coach you one-on-one, but in the group. Now, this is going to help you because Sarah may ask a question that Mary needed, right? And Mary may be too nervous or shy to ask the question, but Sarah asked the question and Mary got the answer. And we can all learn from each other. Even I learn in all of my coaching programs. I'm always learning from my clients, just like how my clients are learning from me. So it's a collaborative learning effort. Now, this Content Cash Out membership will be held in a private Facebook group. Facebook is free. And I wanted to make this as affordable as possible. And if I would have went with another type of membership place, I would have to pay, which means y'all would have to pay. Facebook's free. Facebook has all the features and it's super easy to use. So we're going to be in a private Facebook group. There's going to be weekly accountability, and there's going to be support, and there's going to be community in this membership. And you get all the things plus me for just $99 per month. That's it. Less than $100 a month. You are going to get business and content and sales coaching. On top of that, when you join by Sunday, I'm offering a YouTube audit. So I'm going to review your YouTube channel, give you feedback, and you also get a TikTok and or a Instagram audit. You get a 20-minute one-on-one debrief call where we're going to get on and talk all about the audit and the things that you can do to improve your content. So you get all of that when you join the Content Cash Out membership, and it's just $99 per month. That's it. So now is the time for you to be more consistent with your content. Let's go into 2026 being consistent. And the best way to do that is to plan your content for a month at a time. Get the support, get the accountability. Okay. That's how I would talk about it. I never once said buy. I never once said you need to join. I shared with you what's included, why you need it, why it's going to help you. If you've been struggling to make sales in your business and you've been posting here and there, this membership is for you. You're going to come up with a content strategy that works specifically for your business, a content level that is going to be consistent for you, because it's unrealistic for people to post every single day. I'm not teaching you that. I'm teaching you to post 3 to 5 times per week, regardless of the platform, right? So you're going to come up with a time. I keep saying time, but you're going to come up with a consistency strategy that works for you. And you are going to consistently be able to make sales from it. Okay. You're going to be able to show up more confident and more excited about your content and not deflated. Why? Because it's planned out. The secret to consistency is planning. 1000%. When I don't plan, I'm inconsistent. When I plan, I'm consistent. It just took me 2 hours to plan my lives. And when I say plan them, I already had the topics, but like to create the thumbnails and to schedule them on StreamYard and schedule the reminder email to my email list. It took me just under 2 hours to get all of that done. I'm happy it's done because now all of my lives for January are done. And I don't really plan on doing any more lives. I may do a couple at the end of the month, but my lives for the month I've already planned. Now there's a couple that I need to finish the outlines for, but for the most part, all of my lives are done. All of my YouTube content, I'm posting twice a week on YouTube. All of that content already recorded. My shorts, now I am posting a short every day because I've built up to this. My shorts, I have enough shorts content, I think through January 20th, right? So I'm recording 3 or 4 shorts every single week, and now I'm just adding to the gamut of shorts that I already have. So the key to consistency is planning, okay? So you're going to reference your offer, and then you're going to pitch your offer to your audience at the right time. You're not going to jump out and just start pitching. Now, if you have a physical product, like my sunflower lady that has soap, a great thing to do on live is while you're telling us a story about why we should be using oatmeal in our soap or why oatmeal is good for the skin, just for an example, you could be actually packaging up the soap. You could be cutting the soap, putting the plastic on, putting the stickers on. So you are unconsciously showing us the product, even though you're talking about why oatmeal is good for your skin. Make sense? You could be organizing your soap scraps and making, I've seen people with soap make like scrap bundles or whatever, like scrap soap, whatever. You could be, oh, I'm putting my scrap soaps together bundles, but I really want to talk to you today about why I decided to make all of my soaps oatmeal infused and why that makes me a little bit different. Like, let's talk a little bit about what oatmeal does for the skin. And then you give us some facts and some tips, right? About why oatmeal is good for our skin, especially if you have eczema or dry patches, XYZ. But you're showing us the soap. You're not saying, go buy the oatmeal, go buy the oatmeal rainbow soap. No. Package up the soap, okay? And tell us why the oatmeal infused. And why you pick up one, oh yeah, here's one I made, XYZ, it has oatmeal in it. This is actually the first one I made. Let me tell you about how I screwed it up the first time. Tell us the bad stories, not bad stories, but tell us the mishaps, right? Like, I don't even want to tell y'all, I tried to launch 2 coaching programs in 2025 and they flopped. They flopped terribly. Maybe I'll tell that story later in the year. I'm still a little heartbroken around them. Like, I tried to call 2 programs, but they weren't the right programs. This Content Cash Out membership, this is it. Going back to my roots of a membership, this is it. Eventually, I'll tell you all that, the story of the 2 programs that failed. But you want to show them and tell them why, not just buy. No one wants to hear that shit. Just show them gently. Oh yeah, here's one that I created, blah, 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 blah. This is the first oatmeal infused one I made for myself because of this and that and this and that. And oh, actually, here's one. This is what it looks like, blah, 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 blah. Cool. But I don't make it like that anymore. This is my private collection. Now I make it more like this because why? All right, cool. And then you keep going on. Make sense? So show them the product. Don't tell them to buy it. Tell them why you created it, why you need. Remember all the whys? That's when you talk about those. The next thing I want to say when you're going live, make it easy to buy from you. Don't necessarily make it, oh, DM me for the link. Make it easy to buy from you. Have the link in your bio, have the link in the description box of your live. Have an easy to go to website. BuyCaseySoap.com. I always wanted ChrisTheMaximizer.com because I wanted a place to say, hey, go to ChrisTheMaximizer.com, click on membership, and you can join the Content Cash Out membership, right? Super simple. Go to ChrisTheMaximizer.com, click on join the list, and you can get on my email list. Go to ChrisTheMaximizer.com, click the YouTube icon, and you can get into my YouTube channel. I post twice a week, and I'm posting daily shorts. Does this make sense? Make it easy to buy from you. If it's hard to buy from you, people are not going to buy. If they have to DM you or click around or the link isn't clickable in the comments, like it becomes to be too much. Make it easy to buy from you. You can get a free website from bigcartel.com. You can get a free landing page from Canva if you have Canva. You can use a free landing page from your email service provider. It doesn't have to be hard. Make it easy to buy from you. If people have to jump through too many hoops, they're not going to buy from you, okay? When you're on live, the fortune is in the follow-up. There was a time, I remember this time, there was probably like 8 months where when I was live on TikTok, I would write down every single person's handle who would comment, and I would go and I would DM them after. I respond to all of my comments when I'm live. I respond to all of my comments in general. I'm behind on comments. It's on my mini to-do list for today of things I need to do today. I need to respond to my comments. Respond to your comments. Respond to your DMs. Respond to your emails. You're not Kim Kardashian. You're not Beyonce. Don't leave people on red. When it comes to following up in a live, follow up immediately, okay? If someone's super interested, if someone's asking you a lot of questions, just send them a gentle message after. No, hey, join the membership. Absolutely not. Hey, thanks for joining my live. I really appreciate your engagement. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help and support you. Let me know if there's any questions that you have. I saw you were interested in the red green oatmeal soap. Right now, we're running a promotion until the 10th. If you want to grab it, here's the link. Like simple. It doesn't have to be hard. But if someone didn't ask for the link, don't. But if someone asks you 3 or 4 times about something, then it's definitely okay for you to reach out to them. When it comes to responding to comments and DMs and emails, I want you to think about it this way. Imagine if you had a brick and mortar store, okay? You open the store, the lights are on, someone walks in, and they're like, oh my gosh, this place is beautiful. Pink's my favorite color. I love these pink walls. Like, where'd you get these curtains? And you just look at them and you're like, rude, and they better walk out and not buy because you wouldn't do that. You would have a conversation with them, right? So I want you to think about your comments and your DMs and your emails the same way. It's someone walking into your store, giving you a compliment, spending their time in your store, and they ask you a question and all you do is like it or you don't respond at all. Rude, disrespectful. I don't want to buy from you. I've gotten so many clients in my couponing life and in my business coaching life because they're like, oh, you were so nice. You were so personable. You were so different. You responded to me. You answered my question. Answering a question has gotten me sales. I'll say thousands of dollars. I've made thousands of dollars simply by answering questions, probably tens of thousands of dollars on the couponing side, just by answering questions. People signed up because I answered their questions. Don't be rude. Engage, okay? Follow up. Lastly, be consistent, okay? I teach my clients a 1-3-1 strategy for YouTube. Go live at least once a week. Once you've done your first live, put live on your calendar as a once a week thing. You don't have to be like me. It's 53 minutes. I go live for an hour. An hour is my average live time. If I go live for less than like 45 minutes, that was a short one for me. I'm a yapper. I talk a lot. My lives are usually very engaging. I'm live on multiple platforms, right? Be consistent. Go live once a week. And it doesn't matter how many people show up. Remember, you're going live for the replay. You're going live for the people who actually are engaged. Like there's a few people watching me on TikTok. There's a few people watching me on YouTube. I'm not worried about the numbers. If there's one person watching, I'm going to serve the hell out of that one person, because you don't know who that one person is. You don't know who they can refer you to, and they might be your next paying client. I look at everyone as an opportunity to be a paying client. So I'm going to treat you all the same. You know what I mean? So be consistent, show up, show your products. If you sell a physical product, you should be going live once a week. Show us the product and tell us why. Show us why you're packaging. Show us why you're organizing. Show us why you're cleaning up. Show us why you're getting ready to do a post office run. All of those small things, 15, 20 minutes, just go on live and talk to us about an educational topic. Show us your products. I promise you, you'll get more sales like that. Easy. Okay. So those are my tips for going live and making sales on YouTube, but on any platform. I want to know if you have any questions. So please, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you don't have any questions, can you let me know, was this helpful? Yes or no? Now, I do have an ask of you. I do appreciate you all for spending your time here. A lot of you have been here for a lot of minutes. So I will ask you to do a couple of things. Number one, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go and subscribe. And if you're not on my email list, subscribe to my email list and you'll get the link to my YouTube channel. Okay. So you can go to christhemaximizer.com, which is KRYS, the Maximizer, to get on my email list. And when you get on my email list, you'll get an email with the link to my YouTube channel, which is Build a Business with Chris. Build a Business with KRYS. I post twice a week long form videos. And if you are a business owner and you're struggling with your consistency in your sales, then you want to be in my content cash out membership. I've already explained what it is. It's also on christhemaximizer.com under membership. So if you're like, Crystal, I need this, I want this, I'd love to have you in the membership. And when you join tonight, I'll give you an additional 30-minute one-on-one coaching call. So you'll get a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call, a 20-minute debrief call, a YouTube audit, TikTok and or Instagram audit for $99 a month. Now, one-time call, one-time audit, but you get all the coaching and things for $99 a month. I have a goal to get 16 business owners in, and we have 4 women already. I'm so excited to work with them. So we only need 12 more. We only need 12 more. Okay. The details are on christhemaximizer.com. I have a beautiful sales page. They also get emailed out every day. I'm sharing a little email about the membership. Okay. So are there any questions? I'll give you a second because I know sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. If there aren't any questions, please let me know, was this helpful for you? Yes or no? And I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. I know I've been live for a while. Tomorrow I'll probably be live around, I think I scheduled it for 9, but I may go a little bit earlier. Yes, helpful. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your engagement today. I do. And definitely make sure you hop on the email list and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'd love to help you with your soaps for sure. Yeah, thank y'all so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I love going live. I love yapping. But what I was saying is tomorrow, I'm off from work tomorrow, but I am going live because I promised a 10-day live series, and that's what y'all gonna get. And I do have some things to do tomorrow, but I should be live sometime between 7 and 9 p.m. So if you're on my email list, you will get the email. If I don't go live at 9, I'll give you a 30-minute warning. But it should be sometime between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern, unless something crazy happens. But I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. I will see some of you live tomorrow, more of you on my email list, and even more of you inside the Content Cash Out membership. So thank y'all so much for joining. Oh, before I do that, bye Instagram. I'm vlogging today for my day in life content. So, yeah. Thank y'all so much for joining. I always forget to get clips. And now let me get a clip of me like this. Let's see. Let's back it up. So I get the whole setup in there. Bye. Oh yeah. Bye. Yeah, I film day in the lives like 3 or 4 times a week. And those are up on my YouTube channel too. If you haven't seen them, they're also on TikTok and Instagram. But I want y'all to watch on my YouTube channel because I'm working towards getting my business YouTube channel monetized this year. So I need 4,000 hours of watch time. So go watch a YouTube video over on Build a Business with Chris. I think I have close to 200 videos over there now, and I'm going to be posting another one tomorrow. So I always have to remember to get my clips for my day in the life content. So again, thank y'all so much for joining. And again, I will see some of you tomorrow, more of you on the email list, and even more of you inside the Content Cash Out membership. If you have any questions after this and you're like, I didn't want to ask on the live, feel free to slide in my DMs or shoot me an email. That email is also on my email on my website. You can just click contact me, or you can respond to any Chris the Maximizer email. They come directly to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer. All right. So you guys have a good night. Bye.